What's going on here? What's going on here, ladies? Happy Taco Tuesday. I mean, happy Taco Tuesday. There's an overcast in Georgia. I love the overcast. A lot of people love the sunshine and all that good shit. Love me an overcast, right? Love me what they call a gloomy day or whatever. I look, light the fireplace, do what you do. I love the fall. Absolutely love the fucking fall. What's going on, VN Training? Divested Beauty is here. Dominic Mitchell is here. Mistress of the Forbidden. I think you was trying to get in the back, but your devices are not connected, ma'am. Lighthouse is here. Religion Free is here. Miss Pretty Nurse, Nelly doing things. Miss Ridla, aka your worst nightmare. Listen, y'all, did y'all see that some of these folks from the manosphere are dropping like flies? What's the real tea, right? If anybody was upset when we talked about Kitten getting up out of here, yeah, go ahead and dip out. Because the thing is, with black women, the black community does not respect the death, the murders, or whatever of black women. Your life means absolutely nothing, and I am not responsible for giving you honor when you kick the bucket. Apparently, his name was Alan Roger Curry. Here's the deal. I had no idea who he was until he kicked the bucket. And like the old black women say, Look at God. I had no idea who he was. And then I'm snooping around, looking around. Apparently, he was 59. He died suddenly, right? He has a toddler, I believe, at damn near 60 years old. They kick in the bucket. Now, it looks to me like these motherfuckers are being very, very hypocritical. Remember, your black fat ass was supposed to be dying like that, right? You, black woman, yeah, you, with the hypertension and overweight and diabetes and all that bullshit. Colette de Jour says, who? LOL. That's what I said. I had to put it in the title. I had no idea who he was, but apparently, right, he gave a platform to all the dusties that you see that's talking real hardcore around this bitch about you having to, you needing to give $5 blowjobs and starve to death and all that good shit here. So he wanted to get a little bit bigger. So he lightened up a little bit and became, more tolerable or whatever to the mammies. I guess when they say it like this, hey ladies, you might want to be a little bit more feminine. Men like when you're feminine. That's, I guess, supposed to be corrective, like critiquing. And mammies can swallow that a little bit better. Even like they swallow that shit log all the way down to the base. They were swallowing that just a little bit better. The ones that come off as so-called extreme, kind of like me, right? The ones that come off as extreme, the mammies still support them. Don't get that part fucked up. But when you say it in a different manner, it seems like you're trying to help them. Mammies, you stupid. You stupid as fuck. I don't give a solid fuck about him dying. Too bad. Too bad. Everybody in the sound of my voice right now is going to die. He died. Bye. Bye. Nobody that don't give a fuck about black women or dislike black women or talk shit about black women or you misogynistic, whatever, pick it. I don't care. I don't care. Hopefully your funeral didn't cost too much. I don't know whether they buried his ass yet or what, but I don't give a fuck. Do you know if tomorrow the YouTube streets found out that I died? Do you know the videos that you'll see? You will see videos praising the Lord that I got my ass up out of here. So, since I still have a pulse, unlike your boy, my heart's still beating, okay? Since I still have a pulse, I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't care. I feel like there should be more, right? Because I'm tired of people walking around this planet that don't see the fucking amazing characteristics of black women, especially when you're responsible for them being here, right? How dare you don't build them anything, right? Don't take care of them, don't protect them, and then want them to be flopping all over the goddamn place like an idiot when you kick the bucket. Kick that bucket, nigga. Nobody gives a fuck. I blame them for every situation that black women deal with today, i.e. stereotypes, i.e. having to bust their ass to support the community, i.e. being single mothers all over the fucking place. That's them that did that to you. So I will not be mourning that bullshit. I don't know how many of y'all are religious and you supposed to respect the dead. I don't subscribe to that. Because if you were a jackass when you walked this earth, what you dying got, how that changed you being a jackass? You just a jackass that is now stanking up the place because your body is deteriorating. That's the only thing I see different around this motherfucker, right? I hate when people pretend as if, y'all, this is why black folk do whatever the fuck they want, act the way they want to, because at some point, you're going to so-called owe them respect because something happened. Show the family some respect. No, I don't deal or believe in Blackistan's bullshit. If you were a piece of shit while you were alive, now you're just a dead piece of shit. Aaliyah, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fucking amazing.
Good, good. Always good to hear. To be honest, I had never heard of him. I thought his name was Roger Allen Curry. I had never heard of his ass for real. And so, when I heard about it this afternoon, I was like, oh, so it's to my understanding, he's one of those manosphere light niggas, the ones that think that what they're doing is giving you constructive criticism and all that type of shit. He wasn't in it. He's not even important enough to try to eulogize or nothing like that. So, it is what it is. Like I said before, when we eulogized the kitten, um, I'm sure it's several more of them that we can't wait to join this motherfucker here in the sweet hereafter. Can I get a
Hallelujah.
witness?
Hallelujah. Kick that bucket, nigga. You
I
don't
can
give
I
a
can
fuck.
think of I can think of several more of them right now that we would love to join that motherfucker.
I'm
Okay,
telling you.
so hey, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but I mean, hey, my feelings was not hurt when I heard about it. Actually, I went and got me lunch, a good lunch, actually. So hey, that's what I did this afternoon. But hey, it is
I
what
didn't
it
know
is.
who he was either. I'm like, where's all this? What is all this shit? I'm like, oh, that type of motherfucker. And you got mammies. R.I.P. R.I.P. to him. You know, some of you might not agree with what he said, but ain't no but I don't agree with him. Even though I don't give a fuck about him being dead. I don't agree with his corpse either, bitch. Mm, what's happening, Snapple Apple?
You got me cracking up over here. Uh,
Stanking up the place, sitting up in the morgue, stanking up the place. Y'all put him in the ground and let's keep going.
Seriously, and I just want to co-sign the respect the dead bullshit of the community. That is some fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I keeps that same energy. If I didn't fuck with you before, I don't give a fuck that you died. I don't care. You still a piece of shit. I don't care. So yeah,
Absolutely.
agree.
Absolutely. What's going on, Miss Kyra? How are you? Uh
Good.
oh.
Oh, good evening, Daisy. Good
Hey,
evening, ladies.
babe. How are you?
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
you earlier you said it's sad or something. Sad for who? Sad for the worms, I guess, because they got to eat that rotten corpse.
I didn't say it was sad. Maybe his people said, but I'm concerned with which protein is going in our tacos tonight. Is it going to be turkey, shrimp, beef? I don't know yet because he's still at the store. But that's what I'm concerned with.
Well, I mean,
Period.
my thing though is, why would these people really be that sad? I mean, maybe sad if they have to come up with money for a funeral because they never have life insurance or any type of final expenses arranged or something. That might be sad, but I wouldn't even be that sad. A lot of states they will give credit for cremation, so just apply for that credit and keep it pushing.
I don't feel sorry for anybody that survives him, especially motherfuckers that was willing to lay down in a bed with a misogynistic black woman hating motherfucker. So I have to assume that you co-sign what he said. So get it how you live. Hopefully he left your ass something and that kid or whatever. But I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna be upset when mine kicked the bucket, are you? You're not gonna give a fuck if my husband dies. So guess what? I don't give a fuck. I only give you what you give me. And history says that you don't give a fuck about black women. Uh, you just don't. Everybody, whenever a black woman drops, they politely step over her fucking body and keep going. Y'all better put yourself first. You better at these jobs and everything. Be professional. Do your job, but make sure you take care of yourself because if you work too hard and drop dead, they gonna step right over your ass, replace you, right? And they might even share the same name with your ass. Okay, might even look a little bit like you. So you better care about yourself. As far as that nigga goes, I don't care. Ebony.
Who are you talking about? I
Right,
have no
right.
idea.
That part.
And my thing is, yeah, I am. I wouldn't say religious person, but I'm a believer, and I give no deference to the dead whatsoever, especially if they were a mofo in life.
Period.
So no,
Well, there it is.
no.
There's our fucking tribute. Can we get another one? Because I asked for another one when Kitten Hills did the same thing. Let me get another one because it's actually entertaining to me. The earth is acting like a self-cleansing oven.
We almost had a couple more, but hell, they made recoveries and shit. I was so disappointed.
Okay, so
Ladies,
wait a minute. You're disappointed that they're still breathing, right?
yeah,
Yeah, see, they
Oh,
made
okay.
full recovery. See, I thought I'm sorry, C-19 was going to get a couple of more of them out of here, and that didn't happen. So I was disappointed.
Well, Nick
Which
Cannon and his demented defective sperm is in the hospital right now with pneumonia. So,
Oh,
pneumonia?
I saw that. I
Hmm.
saw that. I was disappointed in that too, because he still had enough strength to talk. I was
Well, I don't want him to have enough strength to screw. No, no more Nick Cannon babies. Damn.
Well, in Discord, we've been, questions, is it really lupus or is it a three-letter virus that he really has? And is that in conjunction with this pneumonia now? I'm just curious because, if it's what we hope for, it might be his time. It's too bad it didn't happen sooner before he shat all those kids out on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he was messing with that lady who came out and said she had it. So, I mean, who knows? But he got a lot of health problems. Either the lupus, he got kidney issues. I mean, it's a lot of shit going on with Nick Cannon. So it's like, it don't really matter. But I mean, hey, the motherfucker, he got like 11 kids or whatever now at this point. And I don't think he done. I heard he was going for a solid 12, probably more than that. But he think that shit cute. But while they're in there, they need to go ahead and just clip that motherfucker and give him a vasectomy and fix him while he in
He
there.
needs
But
to be arrested. He needs to be arrested. That should be illegal. It should be a crime that he
yeah,
like
especially
spreading
when you
that
sitting up.
defective sperm, creating all them poor babies that gotta deal with that DNA that he passing down. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he doing it on purpose too, and he think it's funny. It should definitely be something should be done about that. I don't care how much money you have. At some point, it's not about money. It's about principle. You just run around here fathering all these damn kids. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's fucked up. It really is.
Well, people from his cohort are not principled in anything.
In other words, hurry up and die. Hurry up and die. That part. I'm not a coddler. Most divested women ain't finna coddle no motherfucker, especially if you don't give a fuck about black women, and that includes you, mammies. Speaking of mammies, mammies will sit in your face and tell bold-faced lies with a straight face, right? They have had to deal with a lot of lies from their niggas that they love so much, so a little bit rubbed off on them, and they're great liars. Okay. I've broken down 10 of their most common lies, but everything they usually say is a lie or some form of deception, on some scale. But I just grabbed 10 of them. There's a billion, but I grabbed 10. Okay. Let's go, y'all. We're going to get this out the way right now. Right now. Um, I don't know what y'all smoking. Dusties are the sexiest men on the planet. We're going to have to stop this shit. Just because you come from a group of people does not mean that you owe them any loyalty to even tell that lie. I don't know how many mugshots I've shown y'all up here, and that is people in their rawest form. They're having a bad day, but they're in their rawest form. They didn't have time to get themselves together, get an edge up, get none of that shit going. You're looking dead at them in their purest form. Mammies, your sons are atrocious looking. They look fucking terrible. I'm telling you, they look like something out of a horror movie, especially when they got all that shit sticking up at the top of their fucking head. Look, bitch, I'm sorry. You need to look around the room a little bit. Your sons they not the finest motherfuckers on the planet. Please stop telling people that lie with a straight fucking face. The only reason that you even call yourself attracted to them because they come from you. They come from you. So please stop telling that lie, especially to younger women, because I think you're trying to put the shit on repeat so it'll stick. If you say it enough times, it'll stick. Mammies, your sons are ugly. They're ugly. All right. Anybody got anything on this before I go? Because that I just wanted to get that part out of the fucking way.
Yeah, Idris Alba is fucking ugly too. Okay, I'm so tired of them lying, saying that his ape ass is so fine. He is fucking ugly. Just want to throw
Yeah,
that out there
I
too.
mean,
he
I
always looks perpetually ashy. I mean, like, have you ever seen a picture of Idris Elba where he doesn't look like he needs some Aquaphor or something?
No, they just
he's just
ugly to me.
he definitely looks dusty, but he just I definitely don't get the appeal, but I don't know why they keep lying to themselves. There's nothing cute or attractive about these men. And I mean, and for the last time, Tall, dark, and handsome was not talking about them. See, that's how you know they lying when they say these the sexiest men on the planet. When you got men that are truly tall, dark, and handsome, dark hair, dark eyes, olive skin tone, those men are some of the sexiest men on the planet. Not these motherfuckers. You got men that are fine as hell, brass that are blonde hair, blue eyed, and sexy as fuck. Okay? You got men that speak certain languages and be like, oh, that is just so sexy. They got these accents and shit. You talking about these niggas is the finest men on the planet? I don't think so, ma'am.
And they
I
talk like
get
this.
Don't they? Don't. Don't say. Bitch, is he having a stroke?
I mean, they have no taste in men whatsoever. He could be the ugliest nigga ever, but if he got some dress, they'll swear he fine. And it's like, well, all he gotta be is dark skin or a bald head or some shit like that. Oh, he's so sexy. Wow, these are not good looking men.
And the
Oh,
light
well,
skinned
you at Shawty. Shawty, you gonna talk to me, Shawty?
the light
Shawty.
skinned ones is ugly too. They all ugly. Don't
Thank
matter the shade.
you.
They are
Thank you.
horrible. They are unattractive beasts. This
Oh,
is a lie.
yeah, that's a big fat ass lie. Number two, okay, the white man hit our history. Bitch, listen, let me tell you what actually happened, mammy. What happened was your men got conquered, and therefore, part of that conquered situation, you don't get to have access to certain shit. It was up to those ugly ass dusties that we were just referring to protect your history. Why on earth are you thinking that somebody else is supposed to protect your shit? When you conquer somebody, you go ahead and make sure that they stay conquered. That's how that works. Your men lost. So look at your men and tell them where's our history. Ask that motherfucker where your history is. Okay,
Thank you.
because you trying to guilt trip motherfuckers into preserving your history. Don't nobody need, they don't owe you shit. Okay, do you know what a war is? Right? There's gonna be somebody that loses. It happened to be your men this time. So when somebody beats a motherfucker's ass, they're not gonna then patch them together. Are you out of your mind? Have you lost your motherfucking mind?
History is written by the conquerors. It's written by the winners.
Period.
But they're ungrateful. They should be thanking them because didn't they hide a bunch of the history of all the shameful shit they did to black women back then? Like
Oops.
I was
enslaving
just
them.
about to say that the white man didn't hide the history. They did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's people walking around here that are women that have no clit, right? Because of who? Who? Ask them where they hid your clit at before you start talking about somebody hiding your history. They wouldn't have been able to hide shit had your men protected you. All right? Moving right along, bitch. Huh? This part. Listen, a receipt. You need a receipt whenever you're trying to prove that something went down. In the event of any accidents, deaths, real estate, having to be doled out to people, that type of shit, your marriage certificate is your receipt. Now, here's the deal. People tend to say marriage is just mammies in particular. Marriage is just a piece of paper because it's not going to stop anybody from cheating. Nobody said it was going to stop a motherfucker from cheating. It doesn't make people love you either. You trying to twist that shit because you know niggas ain't fixing to marry you like that. So you just say it's a piece of paper and you keep fucking them like ain't nothing going on. But here's the deal. As a girlfriend, a baby mama, side bitch, that type of shit, when stuff starts getting divvied out, you ain't gonna be part of it. There's no line in the courthouse where your baby mama gets some shit. The child might get some shit, but then again, you need another piece of paper saying that that's his kid. If somebody is going to be in your life, in your money, you're in his money, you need a receipt to protect your interests. Marriage is it's not just a piece of paper. It's he fucked up. So here, excuse me, judge, this is how long we've been together. Proof. It's proof that you're owed some shit if it goes down. Girlfriends don't get that. So please stop telling these women that marriage is just a piece of paper because you just want them to stay with black men. That's the only reason they tell y'all that, ladies, is because black men don't marry anybody. Therefore, if you're looking for marriage, you are going to have to leave the community, and those dizzy bitches know that shit. Okay? Unless there's a will, that you need something. Power of attorney, something, but you're going to have to take your ass to the courthouse because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. Okay? Anybody got anything on that? Because I would love to hear you.
And that's
I
the
would
white man's courthouse and the white man's laws.
Period.
And I wanted to add to that. See, the thing is, even if you do happen to have one of their bastards, and I mean bastards by what it literally means, guess what? Your bastard is not entitled to the daddy's estate automatically. If he has legitimate family, legitimate kids, they will get the estate. And if you try to lay a claim, they can contest it, even if he made a provision. And a lot of times the legitimate family wins. So even if you have a bastard and even if he acknowledges that bastard you had by him, don't count it as a done deal that you're going to get something. Could you imagine in the black community if every time one of these motherfuckers died and some bastard showed up at the funeral divvying up the estate? Please.
And also, if something happens medically as a couple and you're not married, then you wouldn't be able to help make the medical decisions because you're just a stupid girlfriend.
Absolutely, because that's going to fall to his mama, his unofficial side bitch. If y'all still fucking with niggas, his mama is usually, she functions as a side bitch as well. Don't get that part fucked up. Y'all are weird.
Actually, I would like to amend the statement. Marriage is just a piece of paper when you're married to a naker. See, because
Boom!
we know that marriage don't mean shit to them anyway. Most of the time, they ain't got shit to leave nobody anyway. So, I mean, we can forget about how the assets gonna be divvied up because they don't have anything to leave anybody. Let's just start there. And then being married to one of them is just like not being married at all. That's why a lot of black women have convinced themselves that they don't want to be married anymore because these motherfuckers don't honor any vows. They don't honor any promises they've made. They don't give a fuck about it. It is a piece of paper to them. Them niggas don't give a
Lord
shit.
help us. Lord help us. I'm having an epiphany right now. Maybe you mammies don't want to get married or call it just a piece of paper because you might need to protect your assets from that ape. Is that it?
Of course, that's why
Is that it?
the majority of them are paying spousal support and all of this shit now, and all kinds of child support and all of that shit. See, these makers have gotten smart. They've always been smart. Even they marry, they practice hypergamy more than black women. So they get black women who have way more money than they do. And so now that's the new hustle. That's what they're doing. And so now that the majority of black women who have money, they're paying these niggas. So that's the benefit of you marrying him, and then you end up owing him. And then they come back and they start crying later. And it's like, no, ma'am, that's what you asked for.
I find
Shout
it
out.
very, very funny. I find it so goddamn funny that even though you gonna take the L, they still don't want to marry y'all. Y'all, they hate your guts. He stands to get some of your shit, right? And he still don't want you.
Shout out to
Sorry.
Mary J. Blige and Wendy Williams.
And Kiki Palmer has entered the chat.
Oh, and
My
Rihanna. Yep, watch that implode.
I mean,
Woo.
Jill
Kiki
Scott. Jill
Palmer. I
Scott.
wish I could say I was disappointed in her, but actually, I'm not surprised in her. And T.J. Holmes. Actually, I was hearing something earlier today about he's actually been sleeping with other people at ABC besides Amy and the other lady. I said, so he
He
just been
has.
hoeing himself all around the damn television networks, a station or whatever. I said, so I mean, this is what they do. We've already talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about Neil Long situation. When we talk about, they just have to fuck everybody. They cannot be faithful to save their damn lives. They feel like they have to screw everybody. And it's like, God damn, nigga, do you know how to keep your fly shut?
It's so bad that you got mammies around here with head wraps on talking about, are men naturally monogamous? Girl, they got you changing your whole goddamn ideology because they putting that dick in everybody else. It's so crazy. Oh my God, with the polygamy. Oh my God,
Yeah,
black
now
men
they
are not
practice
monogamous.
polygamy. They
Oh,
practice polygamy now. It's a damn shame.
oh well. All right. Number 4. This right here tickles the fuck out of me. The white man is jealous of the dusty. Let me tell you something, bitch. Where? Jealous of what? Jealous of what exactly? Huh? You claim that these men are jealous and intimidated by yo Dusty, ma'am. The reason the Dusty is even eating is because of that white man. Can't nobody sit up and be jealous of somebody that they feeding. Let me say that again. A motherfucker that's feeding you can't be jealous of you. Where do y'all get this bullshit from? Huh? Are you talking about looks? Is that what you're talking about? Because we already covered that with number one. Jealous of what?
They're these mammies think that white men are jealous of cicadas BBC, but we all know that the BBC is false.
It's the Saint
Okay,
BC.
they don't even want to go there with penis size because I think most ladies can agree that it's not really the size that counts. I mean, I don't need somebody that's overly large and somebody's gonna fuck up my cervix and every damn thing else.
But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
so
Aaliyah, they not overly large is my thing. They're
yeah, I'm
not.
just saying. But if we're going with the whole BBC thing, it's like even that's not entirely accurate. And even if we just say we go with that, okay, fine. If that's what they have going for them, so they say, okay. My thing is, what makes them think all women like these big old dicks? Is what I want to know.
I'm trying to find where the so-called myth came from. I'm seriously. After 20 years of nursing, goddamn it, I'm trying to tell you there's nothing that you're missing out on. Period. Except for some putrid ass. Let me tell you something. If you got hairs in your nose, by the time you smell that shit log, the hair's gonna fall out. You can get your eyebrows arched just by standing in the room with some of these stinking motherfuckers because your hair follicles are gonna close up and shit. You might end up with a George Jefferson hairline sniffing on one of these motherfuckers. Really?
They also like to try to say that people are jealous of their talent and their rhythm, but I don't really think gorillas grapes can dance that well. I mean, it doesn't really look appealing. It looks like they're having seizures when they dance to me.
See, my
So I
thing
don't really
is,
find them to be very talented. The rap sounds awful. The music is god awful. They're not really excelling in sports like that. So it's all a myth. They're like the bottom of the barrel everywhere in every section.
I mean, I could almost go for some of that stuff if some of the biggest producers in hip hop weren't white guys like Scott Storch and the rest of them. I mean, it's my thing is these white guys are behind a lot of this shit, including a lot of this choreography and all this dancing and shit that they doing. You got some of the dopest white dudes. I know everybody remember Wade Robson. Like, come on now. Like, some of the dopest white dudes in the business is who taught them how to dance or who did produce their hip hop beats.
And one thing's for sure, dancing requires a lot of energy and stamina. If you hungry, you ain't gonna be able to dance, nigga. So jealous of what? Who growing y'all food? Whose grocery store is that? Whose job is that? Yo, as if you don't deal with the white man, you won't have the energy to show all that rhythm. Your ass
And
gonna be on the
DZ,
fucking floor. Yes.
DZ, and you can't dance if you're high.
Oops. Oops. Ah well. Moving right along. I concur. All right, number 5. School is a direct line to prison for baby dusties. No, crime is a direct line to prison for baby dusties. I don't know why on earth anybody listens to a mammy when she starts talking about these schools. I don't know why. Because when they were out of school because of, C19, you was begging that school to open back up. Now here's the deal. Would you be begging for the school to open back up if you thought it was going to send your son directly to jail? Which one is it? Y'all everywhere with it. Whatever fits your narrative, you going to say that shit. Well, we got to work. They got to be somewhere. Well, you better find something else to do other than send your son to prison. Which one is it? You are getting a free and proper education per your tax base. Period. So you need to knock that shit off. Your son go to jail after he get out of school is because he did something wrong. It's called a crime. He can't do anything he wants to and not, suffer the consequences. They don't receive enough consequences, if you ask me. There has been some really light sentencing going on around this motherfucker for the past couple years, and it's been disgusting, right? I can't with that prison pipeline bullshit. It's on you, Kyra.
Oh, well, my thing is, so we all know, and the teachers in the chat can attest, we know that these little cicadas grape out in the classroom. So the mammies, they don't care about their kids actually learning or following rules or anything. They just think that their sons are supposed to run amok, terrorize the teacher, terrorize the other students who are actually trying to do something. And but it's everyone else's fault why he ends up in prison. And like the ladies in the chat are saying, guess what? There are black girls who go to those same underprivileged schools.
Pull up.
And not only on top of that, they have to deal with the sexual touching and harassment from the boys and the grown men harassing them and following them to and from school. And guess what? The black girls still make something of themselves. So what is his excuse?
Y'all, I can't with the nonsense. Which one is it? So, why don't you do all the other students a favor and keep your son out of the school to prison pipeline? Keep him home. You teach him, right? Or take him to Umar's school. Huh? Take him to Umar's school. Maybe he'll become president after that. I don't know what the fuck he gonna be, but if you don't like the school system, ask Umar and the rest of these motherfuckers to build your son a school.
There's always somebody else's fault as to why their sons end up in prison. It's never that they broke the goddamn law. It's always somebody else's fault. So now it's the school to prison pipeline's fault that your son went to school every day, kept fighting, kept getting suspended, kept showing their ass and every damn thing else. And that record was able to follow them because the motherfucker been a troublemaker his whole life. And now they have already established a pattern. And then by the time he's an adult, they can show clearly he's been a troublemaker his whole entire life. And that's everybody else's fault besides the little bastard that keeps doing shit. Okay.
Listen, I got a little bit more proof that y'all are full of shit. There in almost every state now are completely online high schools that are fully accredited, right? If you think that there's an issue with him being in the building, why don't you sign him up for online school? Oh, you don't want him home alone tearing up your house? You don't want him at your house acting like he does in school. You don't have to take your kid there. There are so many alternatives. You pull them out. You can teach them. You can sign them for online school, but you keep showing up every August and September on the first day of school with your dusty son of a bitch walking through the door, looking to start some shit with somebody that ain't nobody did to your son.
Girl, they gonna be at home, all right, like my cousin's little boy was doing with the headset on Xbox Live all day when he's supposed to be in class doing his work. That's what they gonna be doing.
I wanted to add, the thing is, mammies, have you ever considered stop incentivizing or rewarding your little dusty son's bad behavior? Your son is failing at class, he's skipping school, he's acting a fool when he is in school, but you still buy him the latest Jordans, you buy him the latest video game system, and whatever his heart desires. And why would he do any better? You keep rewarding him, giving him the best when he's the worst.
By the way, don't hide behind the money because those online schools that are accredited by the state, they're free. They're free. So you keep showing up to these brick and mortar buildings because you want motherfuckers to feel away or you want to victimize your own fucking son. If you're so afraid of the administration and the teachers, keep his ass home. Point blank, period. It's free, mammy, and I know you like free shit. Let's go. Number 6, the white man is scared of educated niggas. What, bitch? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? Scared of what? I'm sorry, ma'am. Whenever they do get educated, they're gonna still have to go to the white man for that job. Scared of what? I'm waiting. I please inform me When black women get educated, half the time they have to go to the same white man as well. They can't apply for jobs with your son after they spent $100,000 on their education. Your sons can't hire them because they don't own anything. So, what exactly are they afraid of after black folk get educated? What's supposed to happen? I wish somebody would tell me. I've seen T-shirts with that shit on. The white man's greatest fear is an educated brother. Where? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't see it. Snapple.
And then they woke
Ed-
up.
Right.
educate, educated, educated. How though? Isn't it just because of affirmative action anyway? Half the time that they even got the degree. So when they walk into the room, it's already known that you didn't really earn it. So I don't see them being intimidated by that at all. So that is just so much delusion right there.
I've been seeing people say that in the black community since I was a little girl. Everybody's scared of educated black people. No, they're not. They're not. I just want to put that out there. Number 7. Aaliyah, I know you're gonna tear this up. Black love is alive. I can't do this shit. Black love is alive and well. What? Excuse me, ma'am. It's on you, Aaliyah, because you already know what the fuck I'm fixing to say about
Look,
that shit.
black love is gone, okay? Please. Haven't these niggas already told you they don't like you and they can't stand to be around you? But oh, black love is so alive and well, and but these niggas keep embarrassing the fuck out of y'all left and right. So you might want to chill out on a lot of this bragging y'all doing, because see, a lot of them aren't really known for sticking around, if you know what I mean. So you may want to chill out and hold off on all this black love shit. Cause see, hey, when you start doing all that bragging, these niggas disappoint you every single time. So hey, but if y'all want to think that, go right on ahead.
I don't know what to tell you. You talking about black love is alive. How come this joke is a little bit too much, but black love is alive? Why aren't some of y'all alive at the end of the relationship? Excuse me. I
Good
said,
question.
right. If black love is alive and well, why do people that create content about you dying never run out of content? How is it that every time a black woman is taken off this planet and it's done by your sons, could you open your mouth to say that black love is alive and well? Black love is dangerous. Okay. And make no mistake about it, that love is going one way. Everybody know you like black men. They do. The whole world knows it. White men know it, white women know it, Asian folks know it. They everybody know that you, but they also know that black men don't love you. So it's embarrassing, baby. What the fuck do you think we crazy? Huh?
I mean,
Because the
they
next time I
are.
see, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just about to say they are known for building solid relationships, strong families, taking care of their kids. I mean, come on now. They are known for leaving all these bastard kids behind that they're not raising, abandoning women, including the women that they're married to a lot of the times. I mean, they're not doing anything constructive or productive. They're not doing anything. So I'm trying to figure out, where is all of this black love?
Pro white male, you've been up here for a minute. You haven't added. I'm sorry, boo. You got anything on this? Because I didn't want to have you sitting there.
No, it's okay. Do you hear me? Because I'm actually traveling, but I just wanted to stop in and say hello, and I appreciate everything. I really love you guys.
Oh, thank you for coming
Hi.
up. I
Oh,
appreciate you too. Safe travel. Hold on a second. Kitty Blues, Pink. Are you dusty? Kitty.
No, I'm just kind of hanging out in the back.
Oh, okay. You had
Yeah.
clicked the link, so I thought you had something to say. You got anything before I let you go?
No, I just love your show. I love your channel. Thank you guys.
I love you for loving it. Peaceful.
Okay.
Black love. I can't. Hold on a second, y'all. Gotta switch tabs. Number 8. Dusties only commit crimes due to poverty. How the fuck does that make any sense? You go in any of these pro black circles or semi pro black circles, they'll tell you that black men only do crimes because they're impoverished, because they're hungry, because they're disenfranchised, and they're usually economic crimes. Ma'am, when they blow your bonnet off, what does that have to do with poverty? I'm just trying to figure that part out. When you say usually black men only commit crimes because they're hungry or disenfranchised, what part of your bonnet disenfranchised him? You're not accounting for all the other shit like playing in little girls' pants and that type of stuff. What does him being broke have to do with all the victims that he's created, including his I would say parents, but his daddy ain't there, including his mother? We've been watching for the past 2 years on this channel. Y'all get taken the fuck out. And some of them were robberies. I will give you that. I will give you that. But the majority of it has been homicide, black femicide. What does that have to do with him being broke? Okay? Because you're taking up for some shit and you're disrespecting all these women's bodies that are no longer with us when you say that shit. You're making it seem as if black men are just gentle creatures that, they wouldn't harm a fly. But for some reason, some of y'all aren't here from 2021 in the beginning of 2022 when I came on the scene. It's a lot of black women that are no longer with us. Okay. And statistically speaking, right, somebody that might not be here that's even heard my voice before because it's happening every 4.8 hours. So, ma'am, what does that have to do with poverty? I'm tripping. It's on you, Snapple. Oh, go ahead.
A lot of black women come from the same neighborhoods and grow up under the same conditions that they do. So I mean, it's like women have it so much easier than they do, and that this is an excuse for them to run around doing the shit that they do.
Exactly. I was gonna say that these men are making choices. They are choosing to commit crimes and be domestic terrorists. And most of the time, it's black women who get the brunt of it. It has nothing to do with poverty. They're making the choice, and people need to stop making excuses for them and coddling them. They are choosing every day to go out there and wreak havoc. It don't have nothing to do with poverty. That's just another excuse.
Well, I'd like to, let's say it is actually poverty. Let's say it is poverty. Why don't these mammies turn around to these unicorns that they say are plentiful in the black community and tell them that they need to build something and create something for their impoverished brethren to go into so they don't turn to crime? Where's that? These mammies have no problem shaking down other people's pockets. They have no problem shaking down the white man or black women who've done something with their lives for money. Why don't they shake down these so-called unicorns and tell them to build something for their poorer brethren so that crime will be reduced?
Well, the unicorns is too busy violating the animals and whatnot. So they preoccupied.
They're not required to go back and do anything for their neighborhoods. That's only for the women to be concerned about. Because the first thing they do when they start doing better is get the fuck up out the neighborhood and go get them a Becky or a Maria and don't look the fuck back. They don't give a shit. They think that building in this community, building is the woman's responsibility. I've heard them say that multiple times online. They really think that. They really think that they don't have to build shit. And to be honest with you, the mammies have made it true. They have made it so they are willing to be the builders of the black community. Everything is ass backwards over here.
Even when you have one arm. How about that part? Even when you have one fucking arm, you're required to build the community. Okay? And I know you hear the smile on my face, but shit, if y'all gonna keep doing it, I'm gonna laugh at you. Okay? Better off. Are you Dusty?
No, ma'am, I'm not. Negative. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I'm so in bed with your damn message, we spooning. These dudes are worthless. These dudes are worthless. Dead weight. I'm telling you right now, from now on, I've been calling them quicksand because they can only bring you down. I'm so through with these dudes. I'm so through. I adore you. I love your panel. Ebony, Kyra, Aaliyah, all of y'all. I thank you. You saved so many lives and don't even know it. I know you feel like you're not making as much of a difference as you should, but you you're making difference, DZ. Really,
Well,
you are. Honestly, 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 you are. Thank
well,
you.
I
That's all I can
appreciate
say.
that. Thank you, Better Off. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna be here as long as the beautiful, sexy white man allows me to be here.
Agreed. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, they're not doing crimes because of fucking poverty. They doing it because they want to do it. Number 9, dusties are misunderstood. Ma'am, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing is more understood than a dusty. Nothing. I judge them as soon as I see them based on their aesthetic and judge them. Why? Because certain things are connected with your nigga. There's no impulse control. There's lack of compassion. There is no sympathy. There is just unbridled anger towards the women in the community. They know how to chameleon, right? They know how to act a certain way when they want something from people. They know how to act when they want to, get jobs with white men or whatever. They know how to get in your pants just as easy. All they got to do is step up and be fucking black. And then here you go, sending one knee to the north, one knee to the south, and giving them babies and all that type of shit. They steal, kill, rob. They don't like children, right? A lot of them are very fucking effeminate. What is there not to understand about a nigga? I'm sorry. What is there?
Um, I have no idea because everything they do is pretty much straightforward. So I'm trying to figure out what is there to misunderstand.
Mm, baby, they understand. We all understand what a nigga is. Now, you need to back that up with some claims or shut the fuck up. That's what you need to do. Back it up with facts or shut the fuck up. Nobody's misunderstanding the Dusty. I'm afraid of your sons. I'm afraid of your brother and them. Point blank, period. They do all types of shit that I just can't get with. All right? Let me put my banner up. See what's going on in this back. Why should black? Are you Dusty?
Hell fucking no, I'm not Dusty. How you doing, Dizzy and
Hi, how are
ladies?
you?
Oh
Hi.
my god. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for what you do. And just so you know, I keep telling these suicidal, self-hate,
That's a real bad word for the
sorry,
yeah.
self-hating bitches that a good Dusty is a dead one like this one you guys are talking about. A smart one is a dead one. You know, a handsome one is a dead one. And these demons are doing exactly what they don't want to do, which is taking them out. You know, I just there's this Dusty from Orlando, I guess. He just toe tagged himself and two of his daughter and his wife. So this thing that they're doing out here is
I saw
real.
that too. He took her mother out as well, by
Oh
the
my
way.
God. And then these
Oh,
these
it,
female
it
think
must have
it's a
been
joke.
another one. No, I was about to say it must have been another one because I thought y'all were just about to talk about that guy who actually offed his whole family, the wife and the two daughters.
Yes, that's the
So it's
one. I
oh
don't know
okay.
about the mother because I they said what he took himself out after he took his two daughters and his wife. Yeah, that one.
Well, the one I'm referring to, right? I think the woman was like half Indian, half something else, but the mother was full Indian. He took her out as well. The mom is gone. He went in there, blasted her, blasted the brother, blasted the wife, and a child. That's who I'm talking about.
That's one of their preference, right? So-called
Mm-hmm.
preference. Yeah.
There's
Uh-huh.
so many of these stories. They're like running into each other. So that's what I'm saying. What's there to misunderstand?
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
like these female keep using their own wombs against themselves in the planet, and I'm sick of it. When I tell you, I get scared when I see a pregnant pygmies, memi, whatever they want to call themselves. I get scared because it's like, what the fuck can you people don't get or understand? These niggas is taking y'all out whenever they feel like it. I don't even believe every 5, 4, 6 hour nonsense. I think these dusty evil demon are just taking them out whenever they feel like it. And then they are willingly agree to it. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be participate in some dust motherfucker taking me out. No way, hell no. I love myself more than anything. I choose myself over the black and stand. I choose me over any nigga in this planet. For all I know, I hope and wish I could wake up tomorrow and they all out because they useless, pure evil.
They are. They are. A lot of black women don't see that, or they refuse to see it, or they see it and getting ready to lie about it. That's what's up with these lies they telling today on this show, ma'am. They are fucking ridiculous. And when I tell you I don't have time to sit around and hold an actual debate with facts, I'm not gonna argue with a mammy over some bullshit. Okay, you already see what's happening. What's on paper is every 5 hours, and like you just said, I believe it's quicker than that. But I try to stick with so-called facts on this motherfucker, because then they talk about somebody's credibility and all that shit here. So what's on paper is every 5 hours. And darling, if you're gonna still engage with these niggas, you can have it. You don't have access to me. Ladies, access to you is supposed to be a privilege. It's not a guarantee. They're
That's
not
right.
they're not entitled to your presence. And you give it out so easily that people quit appreciating it.
But these female self-esteem is not even there. Forget about low self-esteem. They don't have any. And at this point, I I don't have any empathy or sympathy when I see them being toe tagged, because it's like they all participate on
Let me ask you a quick
on that.
question. Let me ask you a quick question. Did you used to be pro black?
No, never.
Okay.
I used to be on. I used to be one of your member, but for some reason, because I was new to this nonsense, at first YouTube was sending you on my space, so I never really click on you until I did, and
No, no,
then
no. The reason I'm asking you that, it's not about memberships and none of that stuff. Because I'm always interested as to
no,
why black women
I was
say,
never pro
wait,
black.
wait, 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 wait. Let me finish. I'm always interested when I hear a black woman continually use the word female. Usually that's an ex pro black or a pro black woman that does that. I was just trying to see something. I like to try to recognize patterns. Go ahead.
See, women like us that respect ourselves, that choose to love ourselves, I call us women. But these pick
Hmm.
me's, mammies, dust worshiper, they are female, and I see them to be the problem. That's why I have no respect for them. I have a few of them in my family, and they've been toe tagging, and they still loving it for some reason. You know what I mean? My mom was a pick me, my cousin was a pick me, some of my friend was a
The
pick me, and
majority
they
of
all
black
gone.
fucking women are pick me's. I
And
got
they
cousins
all
that are
gone.
pick me's and all that shit there. So, baby, you ain't saying nothing but a motherfucking word. Everybody that's listening to you right now got pick me's in their family.
Mhm.
All right. This is nothing new.
Yep, I was never a pro black nonsense. Pro black crap is blackmail. I recognize myself to be a woman. Fuck black women, because it's like these female or identify to be black first.
Listen. I appreciate you coming up. Okay. Thank you so much for your support and your viewership and all that good shit. I appreciate you. All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Peace out, boo. Number 10. I couldn't wait to get to this one. I couldn't wait to get to this one because this is going to be good. Mammies always say, you receive back the energy that you give. Stop right there. Mammy, you are getting shit on by niggas. Now, are you going to change it up after I bring up the fact that you keep getting shit on? Is that the energy that you're putting out here? Or do you got a whole nother narrative around this bitch? Because you talk about karma, you talk about this, you talk about that, you talk about you keep getting these same men because that's the energy you put out. So, mammies, as a collective, you are getting your ass handed to you. So are you gonna be esoteric and all that shit now and admit that you putting off some horrible shit? Or is this not true? I would love to hear what y'all got to say on this shit because they love saying that motherfucker. Baby. Go ahead, Kyra.
Well, clearly, if we apply logic, clearly they are not getting the energy that they give, because what did they give to these black males? They give so much worship and dick sucking and smiles and hot plates and stuff, and what do they get in return? So no, you're not getting the energy. If anything, you might, ooh goodness, I don't even want to say that, but maybe you should switch it up. That's all I'll say. Maybe you would get something better if you actually switched up the energy, because guess what? It's contemptible. You keep loving and loving and giving to someone that knows that they don't deserve it. They take you for granted, and they have low key disgust for you. And you
So
know that saying, familiarity breeds contempt.
absolutely.
Also, I'd like to say something. I've never been in the pro-black corner at any point in my life, but I've always been pro-me. I have always been pro-me. So I'm having a very difficult time understanding this to me. I mean, your self-preservation just got turned off at some point, and you're taking anything from
But
these guys.
see, you got to understand that when they say this, they're not directing this comment usually towards the black men. They're directing this comment at other women, and it's complete bullshit. Because the thing is, if you are receiving back the energy that you give, why the fuck can't you take it when it's your turn to take it? See, a lot of them want to talk, well, I'm giving the same energy that I'm getting. Okay, well, that's fine. So when you get it back, you should be woman enough to handle it. But a lot of them can't. See, they don't, when they say this, these comments are reserved for black women. It's not reserved for them niggas. Because, see, them niggas can do what the fuck they want. They been doing what the fuck they want. So they know talking to them is completely useless. And
But
this
see,
shit
that was
here
my
ain't.
point, though. My point is, if you're going to get the energy that's given, I mean, that makes, first of all, that makes no damn sense at all. Okay? At all. Because, I mean, I'm sorry, black women, and black men are reared differently. In fact, black men are not reared. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Okay? And here's the thing, I can understand a young black woman being pro herself. Fuck all that. Why are you even listening to this garbage? I mean, you see what I'm saying? You give back the energy to get, please,
You
please.
sitting up there with that fucking head wrap on with some sort of crystal, some goddamn where, oh, this crystal does this, this does. Y'all got a lot of magic in the black community. Why is your community so fucked up? If you have all that magic and all that power at your fingertips, it would occur to me that, you know, your community wouldn't look the way it looks. Maybe it's time to try something different because your tarot card flipping ain't working, right? Your energy matching ain't working, right? So-called femininity schools and all this shit that y'all got going on. It's not working. So, how about divest? How about give a fuck about yourself and divest? Okay? Because you haven't tried that shit. Huh? You haven't tried that shit. And ain't nobody trying to set you up with no goddamn white man. Nobody's doing that. If you think that's what this is, then you are completely confused as to what divestment actually is. It's all about self. It's all about your environment. It's all about having standards. It's all about having some shit that you will not tolerate and that you're going to be well taken care of. Now, where you go to do that outside of the black community, it's up to you because everybody's taste is different. Y'all have not tried any of that. You've tried changing back and forth and changing this and going natural, losing weight, exercising, changing your diet, changing your career, changing schools you go to, changing all types of shit. You left from Memphis and went to Atlanta and found out niggas was the same. In both of them cities, you tried everything. Fingernail polish, right? New outfits, new fragrances, all that shit. And guess what? At the end of the day, you still being shat on. So it occurs to me, if you actually don't want to deal with that toxicity, you will get the fuck up out of the black community. What you waiting for?
DZ, they're too pussy to actually divest, because you know, a lot of them, they'll spew divestment talking points to get attention from black males. They're not really about it. They don't have the heart for it. They don't have the strength. They're too pussy. at most they'll just, bash black men to try to shame them into doing better, and then still sleep with one whenever they smile at them.
That's sad. You got a lot of
Yeah,
people on this
and
very platform doing that shit, telling you how awful black men are, and then when they hit the end broadcast button, because that's what StreamYards say when you ready to get the fuck up out of here. When they hit the end broadcast button, they taking off their clothes and climbing into the bed with that same nigga that they told you wasn't worth the fuck. That's why that so-called not all shit is very important to mammies, because a lot of them want to, sit up and talk that shit, but they don't want to live that shit. A lot of black women can't imagine a life without black men. Absolutely the fuck not. They can't even imagine it. Okay? Aaliyah, you had came off mute.
that, or I mean, let them tell it. The ones that they're fucking around with are the unicorns. So we're back to the unicorn shit where everybody else is fucked up, but your nigga is the exception. See, that's what it is. They always want to put that shit out there. And really, what it is, you just want to justify why you're talking shit about the same men that you're fucking. And then they try to justify that further by saying, well, just because I'm with a black man doesn't mean don't have the right to call out black men on their bullshit. And it's like, well, no, ma'am, you forfeited the right to do that by being with one, because if they're as bad as you say, or if they're so weak or conquered or fucked up as you say, apparently they're not all fucked up because you found a good one, so you say. So what's the point of even doing all that? You sound like a fucking fool. And
They're
see, that's what it is.
they're willing to take all these black women and lead them off the edge of a cliff, right? She's standing there with her horn right by the edge of the cliff playing a beautiful melody, right? And all these women just blindly jumping off the goddamn ledge. When you climb into the bed with a black man, right, and you do anti-black man content or whatever, they're looking at you as somebody that didn't fall into that. You were able to find a nigga that was going to be amazing to you, right? So I don't even know why you're telling these women this shit if you're still giving them hope for the black community. How does that even work? And the fact that a lot of people don't call these hoes out on that shit is amazing to me. Truly. You gonna be responsible for somebody getting fucked up if you keep that mixed message going on. Real
Baby,
talk.
that's when they go back to the intellectually dishonest bullshit when they start saying, well, I just eat what it is, chew the bones and spit out what chew the meat, spit out the bones, or whatever that bullshit is. They say, we always got some slogan that we come up with. So you don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Shit like that.
Yeah,
That's what
Oh,
they it's always some slogan to justify bullshit, right?
oh,
yeah.
Aaliyah, you mean they swallow the shit log but spit out the jizz? Is that what they're saying they do?
Oh, that's even better. I like that one. Yeah.
I can't stand y'all. Banner time, banner time. What the fuck? Come on, StreamYards with this bullshit. Not tech savvy around here. Um, Divested love to love. Are you Dusty?
No, I am not dusty. I am
Okay.
divested and I am happy. And I want to let all the black women know where I live, I can go walking at 6 in the morning with no care in the world. That's all I got to say. Goodbye. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming up. You gonna have the mammy saying, "Oh, white men commit crimes too." Where you live at? Where you live? Okay, keep hope alive. Are you Dusty?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, great. I wanted to just make a quick point, especially with what you said, and the last caller said about like crime in their area and how she could be free to walk around. If you've watched the news, like in the New York City area, you'd be appalled. Like I can just watch the news with my eyes closed and just know that another like doodoo covered demon is the perpetrator. They have like they have rap sheets longer than like I don't even know what to say. And people, they'll always have these women behind them, like, oh, I didn't know that he's capable of doing this. I didn't know that, my brother, like, what? How you're living with this person all this time? Like, it's like they're so delusional. How can you be that delusional? What type of hope are you giving yourself? It's really crazy,
Keep
especially
hope
in this
alive.
city.
I am so done. When you said doo-doo colored demon, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm trying not to laugh so hard because my ass got to pee right now. But you got me on edge, sis. I am done with your motherfucking ass.
Son.
Not doo-doo colored demon. I can't.
Oh my goodness. And if I could just make one last point, from the point that you made about when it said that marriage is just a piece of paper. So
Mm-hmm.
I come from a culture, like a West African culture, where they have, and I know other cultures have this too, where they'll have like a cultural marriage, and then you have your legal marriage, like your uncle's, what I call the Uncle Sam municipality marriage. And these women, they will hold down oh, I'm married. That's my husband. That's my husband. And it's like, okay, but if he died, what rights would you have? How would you benefit? I don't get it. They hold on fast, especially African women. They hold on tight to that cultural marriage. You could be married in like legally, and they will still hold that cultural marriage over everything. And it's just really sad. Like the community, even continental, abroad, the mindset is all the same.
Yeah, dust is global. So is mammying.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have to. I mean, just think about it logically, real quick, y'all. Should you not protect yourself legally, or should you protect yourself legally? That's all you have to think about whenever you talk about marriage is just a piece of paper. Like I said, y'all know I've been married damn near 30 years around this motherfucker. If my husband decides the day is the day, he don't want me no more, he done, he's just fucking finished. Well, guess the fuck what? We got some stuff to split up around this bitch. I'm not leaving empty handed. Point blank, period. Do you understand? I'm not leaving empty handed. Yes, marriage is not a guarantee, right? That he won't cheat, that he won't do certain things, that he will be good with whatever you're looking for. Marriage, the so called piece of paper, is no guarantee that certain things are going to go right. But it is a guarantee that you'll be recognized in a court of law when it's time to split up some shit. Now, like Aaliyah was saying earlier, niggas don't have anything to split up, so you need to go ahead and get the fuck out of there first and foremost. If you have some shit and you're taking care of a Dusty, you bet not marry his ass. Cause make no mistake about it, he gonna make sure that he's taken care of. I told y'all, Becky's and Nakerds are the same thing. They gonna make sure they shit is covered, and they will dig up in your goddamn pockets, baby. So you don't need to be with any group of motherfucking men that you potentially will have to take care of for years. Because what's going to change with his financial situation? Look at what's going on with Wendy Williams and her ex right now. Huh? He's sitting up here crying broke because her checks ain't cashing anymore. She was taking care of him and his baby mama that he created on the side of her. So look,
I mean, of course, a piece of paper is not going to guarantee fidelity when you're marrying the group of disloyal men, the most disloyal men on the planet. Of
mm-hmm,
course, that's not going to guarantee fidelity. But again, at the same time, that's just another one of those things that they throw out there to try to talk shit to other black women and say, okay, well, that ain't gonna stop him from cheating on you, or that ain't gonna stop. Who said anything about that? You're talking about legal protections under the law. Nobody is talking about only thing that's going to keep a man faithful is the man who wants to be faithful. And unfortunately, a lot of them do not understand what that means.
mm-hmm.
So, hey,
Look, y'all got car insurance. If you have an automobile, you have car insurance. You didn't get that car insurance thinking that you was getting ready to take your car and speed demon down the fucking street and wreck it on purpose. Accidents happen. You need to be covered though, because it costs thousands of dollars to fix an automobile without a goddamn insurance policy. It just does. You pay your deductible when you got that so-called piece of paper though. I don't care how much the shit costs. If the car is not totaled, you only responsible for $500, $250, whatever your agreed upon deductible is. Well, since your body is worth more than your motherfucking vehicle, I hope that's what you think, that your body is worth more than your fucking vehicle. Okay, you need an insurance policy that you aren't going to be left destitute after you done gave out 18 pounds of pussy over the course of a certain amount of time, right? Your time, your goddamn body, your mental state. Sometimes y'all be risking your fucking health, right? Start crunching it the fuck up sometimes. I don't see how you do it. Ashley Banks. Is this the real Ashley Banks or are you Dusty?
No, ma'am. This is the real Ashley Banks. How y'all doing tonight?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, y'all. Hey, ladies. Hey, girl. Hey. No, I just wanted to quickly comment for the Mammies in the clouds because I have made the mistake of marrying a unithon and decided to make sure that I had a prenup and had all that stuff to protect myself. And believe it or not, the community decided to paint me as a villain for doing that, literally saying that I trapped him, that did you calculate this happening, XYZ? And it's embarrassing. So even if you think you are getting something, no, ma'am, they're still going to vilify you. They're still going to fight. It took a long time for me to get what I was owed. And thankfully, I won the house, but it's just a damn shame that this community will literally villainize you for putting those things in place. So just all together, save yourself and don't even do it. So yeah, that's
You
all.
should not be considering marrying a motherfucker that you got more than as a woman.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
I know that sounds traditional and everybody is in there, so-called gender equality or whatever the fuck. If you're a woman, you should not be marrying anybody that you have more than because you are taking the risk at that point.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
thankfully he had more than me, so that's why that's what I'm saying. The community made it seem like I was doing something wrong when I did file and ask for
Mm-hmm.
everything. I said I want the whole house. Well, you didn't buy the house by yourself. You didn't do this. You're a stay-at-home wife, and it was just. Thankfully, I had a nice, handsome white judge. I love my Brad judge because he was on my side, and he really
Aren't
had the
Brads
last command.
wonderful? Brads
I
are
love
fucking
him.
amazing.
I'm writing him a Christmas card now and thanking him. And I just, yep, thank you, Zaddy, for helping me out in court
I'm
because
telling
they
you.
really tried. They tried it. So, yeah, that's all I want to come up and say. That's all. I'll see y'all in the Discord.
Yes, ma'am, Ashley. Appreciate you coming up.
You're
Y'all
welcome,
better
man.
listen to what the fuck's going on here. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to do some self-reflection and some meditation. If you still prefer black men after everything that you've heard over the past 2 years, girl, I don't know what to tell you. But look at your screen. Look at your screen. God damn it. Of course, some nigga done took a black woman out. Of course. You already know this, right? But that's not the focus of this particular clip. This clip has an astounding mammy in it. When I tell you this bitch, I mean, come on. The nigga in this video who took his girl out, the mammy is his sister. They have him on tape. Okay. All the evidence is pointing towards him. Right. I want y'all to listen to her at the end. This is why I tell y'all to avoid these cocksuckers. I couldn't believe it. And you know who sent this to me, so thank you.
A man sits in jail tonight charged with the capital murder of his ex-girlfriend right in front of their 2-year-old daughter. And the suspect's family wants you to hear their side of this story. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is live with a story you'll see only on 13 tonight. Brooke?
Tom, the suspect's sister tells me that the two were on and off again, and the fight, she says, started because of his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend. She says he is maintaining his innocence, even though police and investigators have said that there is a video of him. But 27-year-old Richard Hephill showed up to his ex-girlfriend's apartment.
Look at that. Black man the most handsome. Okay.
Right on Calhoun Road early Thursday morning. His family did share some pictures with us of the two. They have a 2-year-old daughter together, the family tells me. Now, prosecutors say there is a video showing him trying to break into the apartment and his girlfriend shot him first. Now, his sister tells me that he had keys to the apartment, so she does not believe he was breaking in there. Investigators, though, say there's video of him going out to his car. He grabbed a rifle before shooting his ex-girlfriend several times. When officers got there, they found her shot multiple times in the back. Investigators say she was inside that apartment with her sister, her current boyfriend, and there were also young children there, including that young daughter they have. I did just speak to the suspect's sister, who again claims her brother is innocent. Take a listen to what she told me.
Let me reiterate the facts. He broke in her house, shot her several times in front of some children. Listen at the sister.
What I really hope that comes out of this is who actually shot her. Meaning, I don't want my brother to be sitting in jail for something that he didn't do if someone else did it and they are trying to cover their tail.
Investigators say he ran off after. If he wasn't the one who shot her, why not stay on the scene until police got
Because
there?
he got shot. Because he got shot first. So more than anything, he was more concerned about what happened to him. Meaning he didn't. I mean, he should have went to the hospital, but he didn't.
Ladies, I gotta look at the comments. These bitches are terrible. This girl got shot several times in the back in front of some children. She said, "You don't believe your eyes. Believe what I'm telling you." She looked at the reporter like, "Bitch, you don't understand. That's a black man. I have to take up for him. He got shot first." No, ma'am, he wasn't breaking in. He has a set of keys to the house. I know the bitch was shot in the back several times, but listen to me. He stubbed his toe and he got hurt. So therefore, everybody else don't matter. Only he matters. He got hurt. Did you not hear me? He got hurt. She's legit confused as to why the news reporter don't get what she's saying. Okay? I told you mammies will throw your ass up under the bus. How many times do you think with the girl that's no longer here, how many times she was faking this girl's face? How many times, "Oh, the baby's so cute. How y'all doing?" Just doing all that extra shit. And as soon as you lose your pulse, she is going to take up for the nigga. Okay? In this case, it's her brother. It's so many of these mammies that are just like that. And even the ones that are so-called black woman empowerment will throw your ass up under the bus. Because only thing that matters in the black community is a black fucking man. You don't matter. She didn't even, let's just say, let's just say, she don't owe that girl no fidelity. She don't owe her shit. Let's just say that. Let's play mammy for a second. Bitch, there were children in there. Can you make sure he goes to jail because he unalived somebody in front of a bunch of fucking kids? Can you at least make sure that your dusty ass brother is not out to do some more shit around children? I told you, mammies think just like niggas do. So therefore, if a nigga don't give a fuck about kids, she don't care either. She don't give a fuck either. Did you hear this Newport smoking bitch?
Yes, I did. That's number 11 on the list. The ones that are talking about I am not a mammy right before they start mammying. That's number 11 on the list of lies they tell. I'm not a mammy, but you gonna jump your ass on the news and they usually speak the most forceful and they be talking strong and wrong. She wrong as hell. But okay, she gonna hop her ass on the news and she gonna take up for her brother. That's exactly what they do. It don't matter what he did. It don't matter who he offed. It don't matter. Don't none of that matter. He is the one who was hurt, and so he was trying to save himself. And somebody else most likely did this. And it's like, girl, get your ass off the news and shut the hell up. But these are their mammies. And if you were to ask her, are you a mammy or are you Dusty? This is one of the main bitches that will be hollering about, no, I am not. Yes, the fuck you are. Cause if your first instinct is to defend a nigga after you know he done some fucked up shit, I hate to break it to you, sis, that's some mammy shit.
It doesn't it sound like she's the type to say females and fuck women?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is nuts. I know so many bitches like this. It's crazy. You know, the "can I get 5 on pump 11" bitches? You know what I'm talking about. The ones that ask the dude behind the counter, "How much are Lucy's?" Right? We all know this type of bitch. The one that's still using pro style brown styling gel on her edges. You know, the one that's throwing that motherfucking ponytail in the microwave with the curlers in it already and then take the curlers out and slap it on her head. You know her. The one that's rubbing her eye because she got some of that wig glue in her eye because she was using the wig glue for her lashes. That bitch. Everybody knows this motherfucking girl. And, right, You will not get any justice or any protection around her. I don't give a fuck if you grew up with her. So a lot of times people come up here and they'll say, because my friend did this and my friend said this, and I was talking to her about this. I'm like, well, babe, homegirl is a mammy. So if you keep entertaining her, once you identify a mammy, you bet to get your ass away from her. Okay. I guarantee you, the girl that's dead didn't know that the sister would throw her up under the bus like this. I guarantee you that. She probably would have vouched and said, "No, she wouldn't do no shit like that." I'm the mother of her niece. She don't give a fuck.
DZ, may I be elitist for a moment?
Absolutely.
Well, this lady on the news, she was just keeping it real because that's how you got to do in the black community. No, at no time should a black woman just keep her mouth shut. She has to go up on the news, be loud and proud and wrong. Like, what the fuck? Let's say you really don't want to. Let's say you. Let's say that's your brother and you love him and all that shit. I know, mammy shit. Do you have to let the world know that? Can't you just say, I decline to comment? Can you just not do the interview?
That's too much like a good idea. But the thing is, they have to take up for these niggas. They have to. Okay? I don't even know what to say. If I saw my brother shoot his baby mama in front of his children, I'm done. There is no question about that shit. I'm going to take myself down to the detective office and say, where is a piece of paper so I can write what the fuck just happened? There's no way anybody that'll fire off a gun and killed somebody's mama right in front of them, you don't stand a chance around them. The sister, she don't know that that nigga will pull that same gun out on her. Or maybe she don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's just when it comes to these mammies, it's ridiculous the lengths that they go to for men. Because my own cousin is still sitting up in jail right now because her boyfriend shot a police officer and she is refusing to tell what happened. So since she won't talk, she's gonna sit there and she's been sitting there for months now. And it's like, girl, do you not understand that the shoe was on the other foot? He will tell on you in a heartbeat, but you will fuck up your entire life for that nigga. And then the family sit up and want to call and ask people to put in for money for her defense. I said, no, I will not put in a dime to try to help her get off of some shit like that. I'm not doing it. Don't call me. I ain't got nothing on it. I don't want to even talk about it. That's just dumb as hell. But see, you got women that they just will not sit down and shut the fuck up, which is what Kyra was just saying. You don't always have to say something. But in her case, I mean, it's just that's why I can't be on that mammy shit. I just can't. Because that's where that shit leads to. That's typically where women like that end up trying to be loyal to fuck niggas like that who commit crimes, and then now you're about to throw your whole goddamn life away.
Oh, some for my man shit. Okay.
Absolutely.
Does your cousin have kids, may I ask?
I think yes, she has one, and she has at least one that I know of, if not more by now. Because we don't. She's one of those cousins that we don't really talk like that. We don't really have a relationship. So when I heard about it, I wasn't too shocked. But that's the thing. They don't care what the relationship is when they want your money. They just want to know how much can you put in for the defense. And I said, no, I'm not putting in a dime to help her get off. That's just not gonna happen.
Well, I asked that because it's like what you've said before, DZ. These mammies really don't love their kids. So she is choosing to sit in jail and be away from her kids.
Oh yeah.
To protect this grape. I don't trust myself to say the softer N word up here. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I'll stick with the more cute terms. Yes.
Like I said, but the thing is, women like that, they don't know that they're mammies, or they don't think that they're mammies anyway. And it's like, are you not paying attention to what you're saying? Are you not paying attention to your actions? If your first instinct is to defend this nigga so much so that you will risk going to prison for him, that's some mammy shit, sis. And that's crazy as fuck. That's why I say it's not really too many black women outside of truly divested black women, that a truly divested black woman can even have a conversation with, much less any type of relationship. Because most of black women are on some mammy bullshit, and a lot of them try to pretend like they don't know that they're mammies. Yes, the fuck you are. You are a fucking mammy, a whole mammy.
If I was a detective, if I caught a mammy providing an alibi for a nigga and it's not true, I would make sure her ass was charged as well. You got me fucked up. Okay, because you making my job harder. I'm looking all around these goddamn places trying to figure out who killed your loved one, right? And you providing alibis that don't exist, baby. That's obstruction of justice, and I'm fixing to prosecute your ass to the fullest extent of the law. You don't do that shit. Sometimes shut the fuck up.
I
Okay,
agree
let
with
me
you,
add
DC.
this. Go ahead.
And not just these girlfriends, but the mammy mothers too. They need to be charged with obstructing justice too. Because
I'll
I'm
put
sick
that
of
old bitch in jail too. I'm
egg.
talking about I will put her, I'll make a geriatric ward for them hoes. Take up for this nigga if you want to. Your ass is gonna be watching Days of Our Lives in Block C.
I mean, and for those who want to keep complaining that we're using mammy in the wrong context, my thing is this: if you swap one master for another, then what's the difference?
Mm, mm. Hey Carmen,
I
how
mean,
you
I'm just
doing?
curious because a lot of people want to make that argument. Oh, they're using mammy wrong, even though they hijacked it and ran off with it. But all of a sudden, we were using it wrong. And I'm just a little bit confused about that because when you look at what the duties were, okay, how is that any different than what a lot of these bitches are doing now? All you got to do is swap the color of the man. So
They know
how
what
is
it
it?
means. They know
Yeah. So
exactly
how?
what it means.
Mhm.
The thing is, whenever these niggas come up with terms for them, they know what it means. Right? You're gonna respect the word mammy. That's what you're gonna do. You know what thought mean. You know what skeeza mean, right? You know what strag mean, what the manosphere call a lot of black women, huh? So you know what we mean when we say mammy. I'm not getting ready to define that shit for you because you know exactly what that means. Just like I know what bed winch mean. But here's the thing: I wear that shit proudly. Okay, I plan on winching my ass off tonight. As a matter of fact, how about that part? Hey Carmen, how you doing?
Hey, DC. Hey, everybody up here on the panel. First of all, I
Hey.
just wanted to thank Brad for even bringing us this story and, having this platform for us to even have this meeting on. Um, but let's say, hypothetically speaking, what the sister said is true, that somebody came in there and harmed him first. So he wasn't going to stay in there and try to protect the women or the children. So it
Nope.
don't matter how you spin it. Even her story don't bring like make this doo-doo colored demon, like the other girl said, this doo-doo colored demon the hero of the story. Because I mean, she said that somebody ran in there and harmed him first, so he just ran away from the apartment. He wasn't gonna stay there and try to protect the woman or the children.
Y'all don't understand how much these motherfuckers hate kids. Carmen, stay right there. Right? They don't like children. They will literally risk a child's life in order to save them. Um, Black men are very, very selfish because they're coddled and they're the prized possession in the black community. It is what it is. Write your congressman if you don't agree that black men are the most important motherfuckers in the black community. The kids don't even count. Okay, let's take a look at something real quick because this was some bullshit. Where the hell is that goddamn video? Is this motherfucker running into that goddamn daycare? Here it
DC,
is.
I'm a drop down because that N word is at the tip of my tongue, and I just want to say it so bad. So I'll meet y'all in the Discord.
Okay.
I love y'all.
Love you too. Hold on. I'm over here fucking up, child. Thank you for coming up. I had this shit up here, but I got to, move it and all this extra shit. Cause y'all fixing to see this shit. Y'all finna be appalled. Let's go here.
Get hands up! Come here, I'm shooting!
Let me tell you what you just saw. A nigga running, of course, running from the cops because all they do is commit fucking crimes. Because he thought the cops were going to shoot him, what he did was jump in a pen with a baby. Let me say that again. He put himself in front of somebody else's child because he thought the cops had an actual gun out and they were going to shoot him. So he ran into the daycare and tried to duck right with the baby. Okay, let's keep going. I can't stand this clip.
Get him cuffed up! Oh my God! Oh my God! Get the kids, please. Get the kids. You say he's gonna shoot. He act like it. Radio, stand by. We got him inside the building. I don't have nothing. What am I hitting him up with? No. Some pop me in the mouth. That's 20 extra years to this sentence. Good job, Lamar. Okay. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. 61 taser deployed. No, but you can't get freaking ran here like an idiot. We're okay. Kids are all the kids are out. When he turned that corner, he was facing that way. He threw a gun. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. You want to point your finger at me? Tough guy. You told me you were gonna. Don't yell at me. No, screw you.
Don't yell at me. Let me tell y'all where that comes from. Okay. Mammy ass mothers tell these bastards, God damn, Karma got finna say the N-word up here. Mammies tell them, you make sure you get your respect. Don't let anybody talk to you any kind of way. That nigga said, you yelled at me. Y'all, these motherfuckers are done. They're finished. They're done. There's nothing you can do with them. This motherfucker just jumped in a pen with babies in it, talking about you yelled at me. Do you understand the entitlement that whole situation holds? These are these people's sons. Now, if you keep fucking around with them, that's on you. Okay? Some people gonna care, some motherfuckers not gonna care. But what I am gonna do is talk about the shit. The shit is stupid. You gotta give respect to get respect. Darling, and if you don't give a fuck about the kids, guess what, bitch? The kid that he jumped behind was a goddamn black baby. Do you care now? They don't care about your children. They don't care about their own children. They don't care about nobody's kids. Why y'all keep having these babies with these motherfuckers? I don't know. I don't know what your problem is. If you're doing it to try to keep the niggas, you're supposed to be doing it the opposite way. You don't give no nigga no goddamn baby. They don't like children. They don't. Let's take that back 5 seconds. You yelled at me. I love what the cops say after that. I just love it. Weirdos.
At me. Tough guy. You told me you were gonna. Don't yell at me. No, screw you. You not out here. Ah!
Beat his ass.
Radio, we're gonna need a squad over here.
They're getting ready to bring this bastard out, okay? They're useless, by the way. They're always feigning pain or feigning some sort of injury or feigning some bullshit because whenever a black man is hurt in the black community, everybody hovers around and woo, woo, woo. It's going to be okay. You all right, brother? You all right, King? You all right? So he's trying this shit with these white men and he don't understand that they're not black women. They don't give a fuck. So watch him feign illness when he get his ugly ass out here.
I got it. Just bring him out. Bring him out here and just set him down. It's gonna be that way. Just sit him down.
He needs an acting award. Did y'all see how he hit that ground? I can't. These y'all sons, keep your sons as far away from me as possible. This motherfucker is a drama. I mean, that was so dramatic. It was ridiculous. He fainted on the goddamn ground. He just don't know. They don't give a fuck. These cops ain't your mama. And I love that shit. Whenever these cops do their actual job, when it comes to your son, it's fucking amazing to me. They need to do this shit more often. Do you understand that he just put a couple of babies, life at risk so that he don't get hurt? Because God forbid if a black man get hurt, right? Right? These y'all's people. Snapper, what you got on this?
I am just appalled. It's I you know, I wish they would have beat his ass too. I mean, fuck him up, because how dare you run into a daycare in the first place, and then you gonna dive your monkey ass into the playpen where the babies were sitting. Like, it's just disgusting. And if they would have busted a cap in his ass, what was the community gonna do? Come marching down to the daycare? They
Oh,
gonna be on some
girl.
fuck the kids too? It's all about him, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, this is what y'all taking up for? Really?
You using children as human shields, I would expect no less from a coward. And where is Derek Chauvin when you need him? Free my nigga Derek. Damn. This is who we needed on this case. That is I mean, god damn. Free my nigga Derek. Shit.
God. Y'all, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section afterwards. I know that shit is damn unbelievable. That motherfucker took a dive behind a black baby. Hey, pro blacks, you kind of glitching right now, huh? Because you want to come at the cops, but you got to protect the baby too. So you don't know what to say. Your ass is on some, you done stroked out, ain't you? You don't know what to say. Okay? Even your so-called activists are violent. Even your activists are violent. The police just had to shoot one of Baltimore's high-profile activists because somebody called the cops. He's standing over a woman with a knife, beating the brake pads off of her, right? And of course, his parents, oh, they didn't have to do it. There has never, ever been in the black community a police-involved shooting that the black community said was justified. Did you hear what I said? There's never been one that they said was justified. The only one they came close to is when that little black girl, the 16-year-old girl, I forget her name, when she got hit, right? And she got killed by the cops. They almost justified that one, but they kind of just moonwalked backwards from that shit. But there's never, ever been a shooting of a black male that the black community said was justified. If I was the police, I would go ahead and release anytime I felt threatened, because nobody's going to like, nobody's going to like it anyway. But so you need to just protect yourself regardless. Trying to protect the black community or make the black community happy, you're not going to be able to do that. No matter what you do, you can feed them, clothe them, right? Educate them, do all that shit. And at the end of the day, they're going to open their mouth and say, slavery. You'll never be able to win them over. I couldn't be in law enforcement. Let me put my banner up. Jesus H. Christ. Po baby. All that broke my heart when the kids started crying.
I was just about to say, he scared the hell out of those kids. He just ran his ass in off the street and dove in the goddamn playpen with the kids. I swear, and they probably was just sitting there playing. They didn't even know what the hell was going on around them. And this fool just dove in the goddamn pen. See, that's why I say, I cannot.
That's why they're gonna have to explain all that shit to the parents when they finally get there. So what if that was y'all's kid and you had a letter in your hand from the daycare? Oh, today your child was in a playpen today when a suspect got tased by the cops. You gonna read that shit again? Like, am I reading this right?
Well, the thing though, DZ, is the cop Brad, he cared more about the black children than the black male did, because he was like, get the kids out of the playpen. He cared about getting that black child out of harm's way.
Thank you. They don't want to talk about that. And my my last clip gonna piss them off. Hold on a second. Happy and free black woman. Are you Dusty?
No, ma'am, I am not Dusty.
Well, what you got on the topics, Miss Non-Dusty?
You just really can't make this up. Growing up in a community, you see this all the time. It's really sad and unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the activist I was telling y'all about, we're gonna do him, and then we're gonna do some other shit, and then we're gonna roll. Check this shit out, y'all. This the activist, the anti-violent activist. Don't get that part fucked up. Anti-violent.
Happening now at 6. Friends and family are mourning an anti-violence activist who was killed during an encounter with police in West Baltimore. The police commissioner says Tyree Moorhead assaulted a woman with a knife and refused to put the knife down. So an officer shot him multiple times. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is live at police headquarters right now. And I know, Mike, you were able to speak with Moorhead's father today?
Yes, Denise, and he questions why police had to shoot his son, particularly after watching cell phone video. A warning, we're about to show you that video, and it is disturbing. Police tell us that they plan to release the officer's body camera video soon. Video shows the encounter between Baltimore police officers and activist Tyree Moorhead Sunday afternoon. Police say Moorhead laid on top of a woman while armed with a knife and refused to drop the weapon. That's when an officer shot him multiple times. We've blurred and stopped the video before the officer opens fire.
Assaulting anyone.
The unedited version of that fucking video is on, I think it's on Reddit. He was said the lady was already bloody as fuck because he had already cut her a couple of times and he was punching her. And you got this motherfucker, believe it or not, this is the mayor of said city. This is the mayor of the city. What are y'all? Don't go to places like this, y'all. This is somebody they chose to be the mayor of this city. Okay, and this is another one that can't stand bail, that's trying to do so-called police reform and all this shit, while you got your anti-violent activists stabbing bitches in the middle of the street. This is Blackistan, y'all. Finish up, Naker.
And with having a dangerous weapon, a knife, let alone a woman, is something that we cannot have in our city.
Moorhead was pronounced dead at a hospital. A makeshift memorial marks the...
That was him, y'all. That was him. Let me let you see your Dusty.
Cannot have in our city.
Moorhead.
That's him. Now, this is gonna be allegedly, and because you know these motherfuckers like to say, "Well, you don't know." Working as a nurse, looking at him, his mannerisms, his facial expression, his demeanor, and the way he talks, it's giving crackhead. Okay, and this is your anti-violent activist. It's giving crackhead. Now, I don't know what he does on the side or did on the side because he's no longer on this earth. It's giving drug addict. I don't know if he did drugs. I'm just telling you what I see.
Moorhead was pronounced dead at a hospital. A makeshift memorial marks the scene where it happened, Lafayette and Fulton. His father told me he has concerns.
They shouldn't have shot my son. When they told him
they did the dot, my son, motherfucker, go get your teeth and go sit down somewhere. They did the dot. They should have did that. He did what they said do, and they shot my son anyway. That's messed up.
To lay down, he did that, and that officer shot him repeatedly, and that was not right.
For years, Moorhead has worked to stop violence in Baltimore, spray painting no-shoot zones across the city. He was killed near the first one he ever painted.
It's like he wrote his own book, you know. And it's where it started and where it ended.
The activist made headlines 3 months ago when he was shot in the neck near his home in East Baltimore.
This is y'all's people. Okay, he's an anti-violence activist, and he's also somebody that used to come at the police. When I tell you come at the police, I mean he's always criticizing them, saying they're doing something wrong or whatever. As soon as one of them niggas hit him in the neck with a bullet, look at who he called. Those same police officers. Officer, I'm bleeding. Help me, officer. Y'all, that's why nobody takes the black community seriously. Let's finish this up.
And a lot of blood, officer.
He spoke to me following a mass shooting in May about his anti-violence work.
This is not the type of city that I'm just going to live in and not do something.
Minister Christina Flowers spoke to Moorhead shortly before his death.
I was definitely shocked. I was definitely heartbroken. In a city like Baltimore, we are reminded every day of the lives that we're losing here.
Now, whenever a police officer shoots and kills someone, the Attorney General's office automatically becomes the lead investigating agency.
At the end of the day, ladies, that guy that was taken out by the cops is what some of these black women would deem a unicorn. Okay? He was an anti-violence activist. He was for police reform. I'm sorry, but his demeanor, like I said, is giving crackhead. But this is the people that y'all are wanting to protect. And swirlers, I'm just as confused by you as I am by the Mammies, because you knew enough to to know that you shouldn't have one of these motherfuckers in your life, yet you're still taking up for them. Shame on you for taking up for this nonsense. I mean that with every fiber of my being. Y'all get your ass away from Blackistan. They are making it to where when people see them coming, everybody has to be quiet, because anything you say around these people can be deemed racist. It can be deemed insensitive. It can be over the top. You can be canceled. If y'all have something in y'all life that y'all are trying to protect, your job, your licensure, your home, your whatever, I would not converse with people concerning the topics that's coming out of Blackistan. These conversations that I have with y'all, I don't talk to people like this in public. I don't, because there's too many people out here that still feel sorry for black men. Okay, it's almost like a prison where you want to say something and you want to say it in a kind manner, but you can't say it. Depending on what the mammy and the dusty is trying to accomplish, whatever comes out of your mouth is going to be, it's just going to be bad. Now, I don't know how they can sit up and try to protect somebody that was wielding a life over a bloody woman, wielding a knife over a bloody woman, but they did anyway because of the so-called work he did in that community. I don't know what to tell y'all, but it is what it is, ladies. You're going to have to get the fuck on up out of there. Anybody got anything before I show my clip and embarrass the shit out of Mammies?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I do judge books by covers also.
Me too, girl.
And he's very much giving that he shows up to bodegas with counterfeit bills. You know, he's really giving me that energy, that vibe, you know. Shout out to the Yoni Egg Mammies. Yeah, I definitely think he was full of shit with his activism. I think it was all a stunt and a show. Clearly, he was very violent. I don't know if he was getting some type of checks or some type of funding for his so-called work, but he wasn't doing shit for real, because what he did in his last moment, that's who he was. And fuck him. Rest in peace.
I'm actually surprised that his daddy knew of him. I'm actually surprised. Aren't y'all? Because we know how they like to spread their semen everywhere. I'm surprised.
But check it out though. They show up, honestly, when these dads show up after this particular like shit like this, shootings and stuff like that, it's attention whoring. Honestly, it's attention whoring. Just like when y'all see on these videos where they talking about a death of a black woman and her daddy sitting there, you know, all in front of the camera, forcing tears and that type of shit. They love attention, whether it's bad or good. They don't like their children, period.
Oh, now you know he's daddy there because they waiting on that ambulance chaser Benjamin Crump up, because you know the police are involved so they can get some sort of payout. He probably didn't even know him and didn't even really have a relationship with him, but you know all these family members come out when shit like this happen because they know somebody about to get paid. But you know what I found most interesting about is every time these people talk, from his dad to the woman that was on the news, if you notice when it comes to these people, it's always about what was done to these people. It was always about what's done to them. It's never about the shit that they do. Like, what was he doing when that happened? See, that's what they don't want to discuss. Why is it always about what the fuck somebody else did to him? Even his own daddy up there, they didn't have to shoot him. They didn't have to do this. And it's like, what the fuck was he doing? Let's talk about that. It's never about what they do or what they did. It's always about what somebody did to them. And I can't stand that shit.
It sounds like he was just graffitiing the neighborhood and calling it activism.
I find it funny that he got shot in front of his first tag. They took his ass out in front of his first no-shoot zone tag. Dead ass. Oh, Lord. Anyway, y'all, I want to show y'all something. And it's going to be, I'll put it to you like this. They're trying to keep you guys programmed, okay? It's a clip of a cop dancing, right? He's dancing in a good mood. Well, the nigga that put it up, he put in the text box how cops feel after they stop a black man and arrest him after doing 23 and a 45. Okay? We're going to talk about what he was actually doing. See, when they put shit in front of you and they being disingenuous, they're trying to keep you programmed to think that everybody's out to get black folk. It's not true. The real fact is they're trying to get away from black folk because there's no pleasing them. There is no pleasing them. There's no shaking makeup. There's none of that shit. Okay? Because they're lazy as fuck and they need their entitlement program. So they're going to keep hanging the past, Jim Crow and slavery and redlining and all this shit. They're never going to get past that shit. But let me show you the clip and stop running my mouth.
Hey, get that beat.
Now, the reason I showed y'all that is because people will just look at what that nigga wrote in front of the cop dancing. What actually was happening there, that cop was entertaining some children. Black children, right? You take an innocent clip of the cops entertaining your children and turn it into something to save black men. I hope y'all see what's going on with a lot of these memes, a lot of these clips, a lot of these news reports, and whatever else they got going on in the black community. Let's take an innocent clip and turn it into something political instead of taking it for what it was. It was a cop that was on duty with another cop, and they were playing the siren, dancing to it. I saw a little black boy and I saw a little black girl, and they found it fucking amusing. But you take this shit and turn it into something that's going to get mammies riled the fuck up. The fact of the matter is, nobody that drives 23 in a 45 would be arrested unless they have a warrant. Do you hear me? That's reality. You're not going to go to jail for driving 23 in a 45. They are always extra with the shit. They always have to take it over the top. And you know why they have to do that? Because what they're saying is happening, it's not actually happening. Like Aaliyah just said, and Kyra just said, and all of us just said, what was the nigga doing at the time that they got fucked up? They just want black men to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do without any consequences. And that's not how real life works. Sorry, whore. That's not how that works. When people do shit, they're going to get the consequences of it. If you find that black men are being arrested more, right? Two things could be happening right there. One, they're committing more crimes. You don't want to talk about that. You don't. But let's get into some conspiracy bullshit. Your men didn't build a system where they won't be arrested more. Let me say that again. People are going to look out for themselves, right? And if your so-called men are being arrested more, it's because they didn't build a system for themselves that would prefer them. And thank God that they didn't, because they already beaten your ass and be able to walk right out the jail after signing no bond orders and coming to finish the job. They're taking innocent clips, ladies, and trying to program you with it. Don't let that happen. Please and thank you. And I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Y'all enjoy your tacos. I love you to pieces, and I'll see y'all Friday. Hear me? Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.